What's up, it's you? For today's video, we're the full Eeveelution team. Checkosaurus, this one is for you. So I've done this team in the past, however, I wanted an updated version with Gigantamax Eevee. I'll be using every single Eeveelution in this battle. If you do want your own custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can check me out at patreon.com/PIMPNITE. The link is in the description of the video, tier 2 and above. And big shout out to all my patrons. So let's get on to these battles. I've got a triple battle special for your entertainment. The first battle here we have is against Daddy, and this one was actually on my Twitch chat. So we've got a very interesting sort of team line up here, and some of the names I've got no idea how they even got the characters in their nicknames. Like, that was some super just like jumble weird letters. So we got a Swampert leader, and I've got my Vaporeon. It's actually quite funny because they're both the same color, shiny. So I've got a nice juicy physical set. We've got Flip Turn, Liquidation, Double Edge, and Bite, Max Health, and Max Attack, Adamant Nature with a big fat choice band. So I was thinking about going for the Flip Turn, and I was like, nah, let's go for Liquidation. I want to see how much this does to a Swampert, right? Does pretty good damage. It's a nice 3-hit KO, and now the Swampert's going to go for a little bit of a yawn there. So I'm thinking, okay, this might set up Stealth Rocks on the swap or just attack me. I went for Liquidation because I wanted to go for a crit, and I almost took it out. So I was pretty happy about that. I thought, maybe Swampert may set Stealth Rocks up and attack me after. So Swampert went for another yawn there. So even if I swapped another Pokemon out, I would have been put to sleep again. So obviously they predicted me to swap there again, and I stayed in. Now they're going to have a Quick Claw as the item and go for a Superpower on my Vaporeon, doing just a little bit over half health there, right? Now their defense is going to drop. Now my Vaporeon's going to wake up, and I'm going to land another Liquidation, and Swampert is going to be going down there. So physical Vaporeon did a pretty nice job there against the Swampert. So I had Yawn and Superpower. So I wonder, maybe they expected me to go into one of my other Eeveelutions. Next Pokemon there is the Venusaur. It's going to be going for a scummy day. So we got some more interesting random jumble bunch of letters. Now, this Venusaur, I'm guessing, is going to be a Chlorophyll set and be a Sun Sweeper. I do not want to swap into this thing. It could do anything. It could do Sleep Out. It could do Growth, anything like that. So I'm going to keep my Vaporeon in, and it's going to go for Sleep Out. So Vaporeon is going to be put to sleep here. I was contemplating swapping it out, but I was like, nah, they'll probably just go for Sleep Powder again, right? Let's just keep it in. Now they're going to go for an Energy Ball here. That is going to take Vaporeon out. I'm not really so worried about that because I did take Swampert out, and I did get to see what sort of set the Venusaur was too. So it wasn't a complete waste there. I actually got some information on Venusaur. So setting in the Flareon here, what I'm going to do is I've got a Choice Scarf there, but I want to bait them a little bit, plus I want to stall some of that sun out, right? So I went into double swap into Espeon here with the Magic Pounce, and they're going to go for the Sleep Powder like I knew they would. So that's going to bounce it back. Unfortunately, they're a grass type, so it's not going to affect them. Now, this Espeon is Max Speed, Max Special Attack. I've got Protect, Trick Ring Target, Future Sight, and Morning Scum. Now, the Venusaur is going to be able to outspeed. It's going to go for Energy Ball. I take that pretty well, and now I could go for a Future Sight here. This Venusaur, he's bidding like really hard there. That Energy Ball and Life Orb, and I'd say it's like at least it has to be Max Special Attack, right? The only reason I live that, because Espeon's special defense isn't all that bad. So going for Protect there, I just want to speed up the Future Sight here, and they're going to go for Sunny Day again. So, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, it's lucky for them I didn't have another attacking move, right? Because then I could have gone for Protect, and they would have fainted. So I'm going to bring back my Espeon. You know what? It may be handy a little bit later on. I think they're going to go for an Energy Ball again. So let's go into my Flareon here, which is Choice Scarf, right? Now, here comes the predictable Energy Ball there from the Venusaur. Does minimal damage to my Flareon. They're going to take a little bit of Life Orb damage, and now they're going to take the Future Sight attack. That is going to be enough to take out the Venusaur, and that's great there. So I took out the scary Venusaur there, Chlorophyll set. Now, as I mentioned, this is a Choice Scarf special Flareon. So in comes the Charizard here. I went for a Zap Cannon and a miss. Man, it's a fully special set. I've got Fire Miss, Zap Miss, Scorching Scum, and I think I've got just another coverage. I've got Hyper Voice on this set. Now, Flareon, unfortunately, is going to be going down there to a Hurricane in the sun. With a solar-powered Charizard, you wouldn't read about it. So my attack misses for their Hurricane lands in the sun. I mean, Zap Cannon obviously isn't the greatest, but they still landed a crit in a Hurricane, which is very lucky. So go for a Future Sight on the Charizard here. Charizard is going to go for a Fire Blast. I've got to stop this Charizard. It's very powerful, right? So bye-bye Espeon. I've now lost half my team. Now, it's going to take a little bit more solar power damage. I knew if it did get hit by the future sight, it would get dropped, right? Secondly, in my Jolteon here, this is the interesting Jolteon set. We got a Quick Feet, Flame Orb Jolteon with Electro Ball. I've got Facade in there, and I've got Protect too. So, it's a little bit of a fun set. Now, Charizard's going to be swapping out here. Obviously, very scared of an Electric type move. And Blaziken is going to be sliding in here. So, I went for Protect there, and it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get my Flame Orb up. Now, the sun is going to fade away, which is, you know, probably was going to benefit the Blaziken, but now it's not. And now Blaziken is going to go for Protect. Now, I found that pretty funny, right? Because the Future Sight is coming its way. Electro Ball's not going to land, but Future Sight actually gets around Protect. So, Blaziken is going to end up getting hit by it anyway, but it does have a Focus Sash there to live. So, I was very grateful that I had attack to bust through the Focus Sash. Now, Jolteon, as mentioned, is a max speed, max special attack set. And I've got Naive Nature on this one. So, it's a bit of a mix, like, attacker, right? So, go for Electro, outspeeding the +1 Blaziken there, which with the Quick Feet and Jolteon's high base speed, it was never going to outspeed me. So, bye-bye Blaziken. That was awesome. Next Pokemon to come in here against a Jolteon is going to be the Sceptile. So, when you look at my stand, I don't have a lot to play with here. I can go for Facade, and that's about it. I was pretty much just going off the raw double base power of Facade there. I had no attack EVs whatsoever. So, that was pretty impressive when you think about it, right? Now, Sceptile is going to have the Giga Drain. Unfortunately for my Jolteon, it is going to be able to heal itself, which is a bit of a shame, but I actually would have liked to see the damage of a max attack Jolteon there. I'd go as far and say it would have nearly one-shotted it with a Facade there, right? So, I've done a physical Jolteon in the past. I wanted to do like a Electro Ball one and a mixed one. It was pretty fun to actually run that set. Okay, so bye-bye Jolteon, but you were vital, key there in getting rid of the Blaziken, and you really did get the Sceptile pretty well. So I've got a Hyper Voice, Psychic, Dank Pulse, Zap Cannon, Throat Spray Umbreon, Max Health, and Max Special Attack Modest Nature. Here comes a Focus Miss from the Sceptile. I knew Umbreon could tank it because it's pretty bulky on the special side, and I'm running Max Health, but the second one was what I was really worried about, right? So go for the Hyper Voice there. I get a crit, doesn't really matter at all because my next hit is definitely going to take it out. If I'm able to get a Dark Pulse off, that is. So Sceptile's going to go for a Focus Miss, and indeed it does miss. And now Umbreon can take out this Sceptile with a Dank Pulse. So that's very, very good right there. So bye-bye Sceptile. So we've got a Charizard left and one other Pokemon. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be the Charizard. So I was like, okay, they haven't Dynamaxed their Pokemon yet. So it's either going to be Charizard, the non-shiny Charizard. I wish I could see that rare shiny orange Charizard. I miss it so much. It's so rare these days. So here we go. We got the G-Max Charizard here. Totally never saw that one coming. And Umbreon is in a lot of trouble here because it's going to get hit by either a Max Airstream or a G-Max move. Both of them, it's not going to be able to survive, right? And I've only got one more Pokemon left, which is my Eevee. Instead of doing that move, it's going to go for a Max Knuckle here, and Umbreon is going to get one shot. It's like, okay. Maybe it's like maybe that was Focus Miss. I'm not sure. Regardless, Umbreon is going to faint. Now, this is where things are... This is where my opponent was actually... They started to be a little bit of a troll here, right? So I'm going to send in my Eevee, and this is an Adaptability Eevee. We've got G-Max Eevee, Double Edge Bite, Double Kick, and Quick Attack. So I've got G-Max Cuddle. Unfortunately, I won't get the secondary effect of G-Max Cuddle, but it'll still be some nice raw-based power tip that Charizard with, right? So go for that, and I thought if I can get some... Maybe a crit will be enough to take out this Charizard, then I'll only have one Pokemon maybe to worry about, right? The thing about Charizard is it's very fast, it's got high special attack, and if the sun's up, it's even worse, right? So Charizard is going to go for its G-Max Wildfire here, and Eevee actually lived that one. I've got Focus Sash as the item, by the way. Now, what I'm going to happen, right, is going to go for the G-Max Cuddle on the Charizard. It actually does, like, really, really impressive damage. It doesn't take it up, but it gets very, very close. Now my opponent, right, decides to try and disrespect troll me. So what they did, right, they swapped their Charizard out because they got the G-Max Wildfire up on the field, and then they sent in their Blastoise. So deliberately trying to make me faint to the G-Max Wildfire from the Charizard, right? And I just went for G-Max Cuddle again, right? That was the best move I could possibly go for, yeah. Now, it doesn't take Blastoise out, it does 3/4 damage, which is very nice. I'm going to get hit by the G-Max move from Charizard, right? So one more hit after this one, and I am going to be going down. I outspeed the Blastoise, and Blastoise is going to be dropped. But that is the end of my G-Max there, and the Charizard is the last Pokemon. So one more turn, I'm going to go down to Charizard's G-Max move, and they were like really trying to troll me and disrespect KO me at the end, right? And we got the Eevee going down there in its G-Max form. And I've actually got Quick Attack on this set, and I hadn't revealed it, so I went for the Quick Attack, and Charizard is going to go down. Now, my opponent wasn't very happy about losing this battle, because they tried to troll me. I may have put a little screenshot up on there on the screen. They were asking for battles the whole time on stream, so I hope you enjoyed your battle, Daddy. And don't try and troll me in the end, because I end up being the troll a lot of the time there. I kept my Quick Attack. I hit that one very, very hidden the whole battle. Okay, let's get on to battle 2 that they definitely should have just kept attacking with the Charizard because they would have won. Okay, this one was against, I think it was called Pepsi Max, but I called them Pepsi Max. I know, I read it, their name, and I just thought Pepsi Max. So I've got a Leafeon here. This is the first time I've used Leafeon here. I wanted to spread all the Eeveelutions over this one battle, right? So this is a Chlorophyll Leafeon, and it's actually a pretty fun set. Now we got the Sylveon go for a Charm here, which is, I give them props. That was a very, very nice move there to run on Sylveon. Unfortunately for them, I am running a special one. So go for Hyper Voice here. This is a Throat Spray set. I had 2 Throat Spray sets with the Eeveelutions. I had the Umbreon and the Leafeon, right? Now, this has also got Weather Ball, so I can use a Fire type move. They popped a Disarming Voice. I got to give it to Disarming Voice and Charm. That's very, very unique there. You never, ever see Disarming Voice because it's simply such a low base spell move, but it never misses, which is kind of cool. So we got the Solar Beam as my main attacking move on the Leafeon here. That's pretty good damage. Sylveon's got a lot of bulk on the special side, right? Now, the other move it's got is the Draining Kiss here. Draining Kiss does a lot of damage there to Leafeon, and the Sylveon's going to restore a lot of its health there too. So go for another Solar Beam. I've got absolutely nothing to lose here. Hopefully Solar Beam will be enough to take out the Sylveon. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be going down to a Disarming Voice right then. So Solar Beam is going to drop very hard there, and the Sylveon is going to go down. Oh, question of the day. What is your favorite Eeveelution? You're only allowed to pick one, and let me know why in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Okay, next Pokemon we got here is the Glaceon. I went for a Weather Ball here, and with +1 in special attack, I thought it hit really, really hard right there. Glaceon gets absolutely rinsed in one shot, so that was really, really nice there. Weather Ball on Leafeon. It was great to be able to use a Fire-type move on Leafeon too. Next Pokemon is going to be the Flareon, so the sun's gone, which is good and bad for my Leafeon. So go for the Hyper Voice, does very good amount of damage there. And now the Flareon's going to go for Retaliate. I was like, nice move there. I almost swapped out my Leafeon, and down goes that. So my opponent's running some pretty interesting sets so far, which is pretty nice. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Glaceon. Now, on this set, I've got a Choice Band set as well. I run a couple of Choice Banders here. This is a Choice Band Aquatail set. They're going to pop a Lava Plume. Almost takes me out there in one shot. And it crits me too. And on top of that, I got burned. So I got burned and critted at the same time. The great thing about this is I've got the Choice Band. It's only got a bit of health left. And Aquatail was probably just enough to take out the opposing Flareon. If that had a full health, it definitely would have lived there. So, Glaceon only has 16 health there, so it's going to be easy pickings for another Pokemon to come in here. And it's going to be a Leafeon, so we've actually got kind of an interesting team here. I think we've almost got all the Eeveelutions combined in one team. Maybe, I don't have my Vaporeon. I don't think they've got a Vaporeon. I think that was the only one that was missed out. So now we're going to go into Jolteon this time. As you know, this is my quick feed Jolteon. I decided to use Protection this time because you've got to use Protection, right? It's good to use Protection, right? Now, we're going to have a Leaf Blade coming from the Leafeon here. It's a mix set, which is actually kind of interesting, right? So it's got Leaf Blade on this one, and it's also got Giga Drain to my surprise. So a couple of interesting sets here. So going for Electro Ball, I thought that was my best play instead of going for Facade. And now it's going to go for a Leech Seed here. It's like, okay, Leech Seed, that's really, really interesting. Maybe they haven't used Giga Drain yet, but they had a Leech Seed and a Giga Drain Leafeon with Leaf Blade. So it was kind of an interesting set, like 3 grass moves there, but a status grass move, so that was fair enough. But very, very interesting set. So taking a little bit of damage there from the burn, I went for another Electro Ball here. I figured that Facade would probably do about as much, because Leafeon's defense is actually quite good, and Jolteon's attack is quite bad. So here comes a Giga Drain from the Leafeon. Eventually you got to see it, and it's going to get some health back there, and it gets the health back from the Giga Drain, and it gets the health back from the Leech Seed too. So it's actually a pretty clever set. Now, at this stage, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to take me out here with the Leaf Blade. Like, it seemed to be their EVs were sort of mixed in. I reckon it was sort of mixed all over. In like speed, special attack, and attack run. Now the Leafeon's going to go for a Leaf Blade here. That is going to take me out this time. So that was actually a pretty good play there. They maximized the amount of health they could get back, and they took my Jolteon out too. Next Pokemon is my Umbreon here. I can go for a good quality special move. Here comes the Giga Drain from the Leafeon. As you know, Umbreon's very bulky and Leafeon's not very good on the special side unless you got like serious boost up, so it's not going to do too much healing. Plus, I don't have their Leech Seed anymore, so that is almost going to go down. That was very, very close. The good thing about this ride is I didn't get critted by Leaf Blade, and I can simply go for a Hyper Voice here to finish off the Leafeon, giving myself a supplementary +1 in attack, which is going to be very, very handy. Now, there's 2 Pokemon left to deal with. What evolutions are they going to be? Now, I'm going to get that juicy +1 attack. Next Pokemon is also an Umbreon, so I'm starting to think to myself. My galaxy brain was ticking over. I was like, let's go for Zap Cannon. Like, if they got Synchronized, which I probably do, I've got a good plan for this, right? Because what I want to do, right, is I want to go for Zap Cannon, paralyze the Umbreon, then bring in maybe my Eevee and try and set up on them with maybe Max Knuckle. That could be quite good, right? So they don't have Inner Focus, so I got Synchronized, and I'm going to get paralyzed by my own Zap Cannon. It is what it is. Then they popped the Facade, which is powered up by the Zap Cannon paralyzed. What? And now I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice here on the Umbreon. And I didn't really want to take the Umbreon out. I wanted to actually swap in my own Eevee here and go for a juicy Max Knuckle. So what I thought, I was just go for a little bit of damage with a Dark Pulse. That won't take them out, right? And instead of doing that, in Flinch, I was like, I've got to go for Psychic here because I want to leave the Umbreon on a bit of health so my Eevee can come in and get an easy Max Knuckle KO. So I sacrificed my Umbreon there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all part of the plan, right? I deliberately sacked him. Next Pokemon I got here is the Eevee. Straight away here, I can go for a Max Knuckle and give myself a +1 in attack, which will help out Eevee a lot. The good thing about running Double Kick on Eevee is you can go for Max Knuckle. It's not very, very strong outside that, but it is quite a good set there to bolster your attack. And with adaptability, it does actually hit pretty hard with on the normal side. Though. The thing about Eevee, it's not really bulky. Its speed isn't really that good, but you can actually bolster its attack, which isn't all that bad, right? And adaptability is nice on it too. So popping that big Max Knuckle on the Umbreon, and of course, it's going to be going down. So I've got one more Pokemon after the Umbreon, and I've still got one more Pokemon in the back there to use yet. Alright, last Pokemon we got here is going to be the Espeon. I'm on an espionage mission to take this out. So here we go. We got a Dynamaxx Espeon. Now, if this is, I don't even know what the set this is going to be. Is it going to be physical? Is it going to be special? Is it going to be stall? I've got no idea. But I know Eevee isn't the greatest and most bulkiest Pokemon out there. So I don't expect it to live more than 2 hits. I do have the Focus Sash intact though. So if anything does go wrong, which it definitely can happen, Eevee can live. So here comes a Max Mindstorm that is going to do about half health. And it's like, okay, fair enough there. So the Psychic Terrain is now up on the field. So with the Eevee, I actually decided in the end to go for the Max Cuddle again there, because that's going to be stab. I've got +1 there. Look at the damage it does, but it still doesn't take it out. I was like, man, that actually, maybe that was min damage there. I felt like it should have taken the Espeon out there. Anyway, my Eevee is going to faint to another Max Mindstorm, and I've only got one more Pokemon left there. So I'm going to need to leave a Max Mindstorm, and I'm going to need to attack. And the last Pokemon there is going to be my Sylveon. So Sylveon's got good special defense if it is a special set, so I thought, okay, let's do this. This is a Baby Doll Eyes Last Resort set with Pixie Play. I actually run this on my Sylveon team. It was a viewer suggestion. It's actually a pretty fun set. So go for the Baby Doll Eyes there, and Psychic Terrain is going to block that. And here comes the Max Mindstorm from the Espeon, right? Does well over half my health. But this is the interesting thing here. I was wondering what Psychic type move they were using, right? Then they popped the Morning Sun. I was like, wait, they could have taken him out with like Psychic, right? But it turns out my opponent was running Future Sight. So since they can't use it in Dynamax, I can go for the Last Resort here and take them out. It was similar to my Espeon with Future Sight, right? So I was just lucky there that my opponent didn't have a really, really powerful special move there to take me out before it healed itself off with a Morning Sun. So Pepsi Max, thank you for the battle, man. A really, really cool team there. Hope you enjoyed the battle. I like some of your sets, they were very cool. Okay, the third and final battle here. This one was against Huntdown, and let's see what troll Pokemon he's got today. Now, the first Pokemon we got here is the Dragapult. You know what? I've got to be honest with you. I've never seen a Dragapult in my life. Okay, so we got the Glaceon as the lead here. I've got the Choice Bandit set. Now, we got the Dragapult swapping out here, and we got the Arctovish coming in. So I decided to go for the Triple Axle, right? And Triple Axle, it's not going to be a double, it's not going to be a single, it's going to be a a zero axle. So I decided, you know what? I want to see what this Glaceon is made of. I mean, I know it's made of ice, but you know what I mean, right? So I'm gonna go for the Dynamaxx Glaceon this time instead of going for the Gmax Eevee. I'll be honest with you, I actually forgot to go for the Gmax Eevee. So you can roast me right now, but I did use it in the early battles, so I thought this would be quite a nice ride. So I'm gonna go for the I'm actually gonna go for a Max Knuckle on double kick, right, which I thought was gonna be pretty hilarious. So with this run, I can boost my attack, and it's got the throat spray on the Arctivish as well. So it's a special Arctivish, which is kind of nice there. That does a lot of damage. I almost feel like the next one could take it out, and then I could go for a triple axle, right? And with Choice Band, that's going to do like some good amount of damage there. So here comes the Ancient Power, hoping Arctivish doesn't get like a boost or anything, which it doesn't, which I'm very happy about. Here comes Max Knuckle number 2, and I can tell you what, Arctivish is going to be turned back into a fossil after that one, which is very, very good. So bye-bye Arctivish. Now I had to think about this for a sec. Is my opponent going to do a dummy swap into Dragapult, or are they going to sack another Pokemon? So they went into Glaceon. I smelled a rat from a mile away, but I decided to go for Max Knuckle anyway, in case it was like a bluff, right? And unfortunately, the Dragapult is going to come in. But I wasn't really worried about that. I was like, okay, worst case scenario, Dragapult comes in. You know, what's going to happen? I'm going to go for a triple axle. It's going to do amazing amounts of damage. Unfortunately, my opponent here has Grudge. Grudge, you never see. What happens, right? If the opponent uses Grudge on you, right, and you take them out with a move, it depletes all the PP of the move. So I got all of my PP rinsed there, and the problem is right now I've got a Choice Band. So I've got to go for a Struggle, which is content. So in comes the Coffericus here. So I always forget this Pokemon's name. Like, it's one of those Pokemon names I just forget, bro. So I went for the Struggle, that Choice Band. Look at that damage. You got to be impressed by that. And what's going to happen now is going to take some recoil damage. Now we got the Rock Slide here. Rock Slide is going to be almost actually enough to take me out. It's a physical set. So like, okay, let's go for another Struggle here. The cool thing is Struggle is typeless, so it can even hit Ghost types, which is really, really neat. So there you go. Choice Band, Struggle, Glaceon, only on PIMPNITE's channel. You can't make this up, people. So next Pokemon to bring in here, I was going to bring in my Jolteon. Then it sets up Tricker. I'm like, oh, but. I was thinking here, maybe I could go for a Copycat, because that's the other move I got on my Jolteon, and I might be able to copycat a Ghost move and take it out. That'd be amazing, right? And I got taken out by Earthquake. So bye-bye Jolteon, I got Shrek there. Nothing I could have done. So Yantmask is destroying my team at the moment. I got to get back into this game. So we're going to swap into my Umbreon here. I was quite confident that it couldn't do anything to me. So here comes a Rock Slide. Obviously, it's a troll set. Rock Slide is there to flinch you. I actually thought it might have Astonish, like low-key thought it might. And I'm going to go for the Dank Pulse there, and it's going to be going down. So bye-bye Yantmask. Actually, thinking of Yantmask on my Pokemon Alphabet team, that's going to be on my Y team, which is coming up next week. Okay, into the Lycanroc now. I went for Hive Voice here, and it did like nothing. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to get my free and easy throat spray here. Then I could go for a Dank Pulse. Now, this Lycanroc set was built different, right, as you'll see soon. So here comes a Brick Break. I managed to live that, which is very, very cool. I'm making use of the Trick Room at the moment, which is very, very nice. So Dark Pulse does nothing. Like, look at the damage. Now, apparently, this Lycanroc was max health, and I had an Assault Vest too, so that's why it didn't do anything. Like, wow, that's a really, really interesting set. I'm guessing it was like max health, max attack with Assault Vest. So I think that's what the EVs were. Correct me if I'm wrong then. Okay, so Sylveon's going to go for a Baby Doll Eyes here, flittering those little eyelids at the Lycanroc, and its attack's going to drop. Now it's going to go for a Crush Claw. Crush Claw you hardly ever see, and it's going to drop my defense, which isn't all that good, right? Now it's going to go for a second Crush Claw, and Sylveon's going to take a little bit about the same amount of damage, right? It's going to drop my defense again. I can go for a Last Resort here, coming off the Animal Nature. Lycanroc is not going to be living that one, so it's a pretty powerful attack Pixelate Last Resort. It's pretty, very, very powerful. Now, next Pokemon we got is the Dragozolt. It's like, okay, well, I can go for a Baby Doll Eyes here, and then I'll probably meet my demise, right? But it's better than nothing. I was wondering what this set was going to be. Now, the Arctozolt's going to go for a Pluck here, and I lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it, and you can't make this up, and the merchants are faithful. So here comes another Plug there, and my Sylveon, it's going to go down the bathroom Plug. So I've got my Leafeon left there, and all I got to do is land maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 Solar Beams off. The good thing about Pluck, right, the bad thing about Pluck, if you got a berry, it'll pluck it, and it'll eat it and consume it, right? But I don't have any berries, right, which is very good. So on my Leafeon, right, I actually tended to run a Throat Spray, or I ran the Heat Rock. I sort of went between those, 2 items, right? So first things first, let's get that Hive Voice going. Let's get that easy +1 in special attack. I actually kind of want an item like Throat Spray there for physical attacks. I got to sort of think what move you do it for, though. Like, a sound move? Obviously, sound moves are special, so... I'm trying to think of something that would work for a physical item like a Throat Spray. If anyone's got any suggestions, put it below in the comment section. I'm just trying to think of something really quite on the spot here while my Leafeon destroys this Dragozolt with Solar Beam. Clearly, the Dragozolt really didn't have anything to hit my Leafeon with at all, right? So, I was just Solar Beaming to the max, right? Maybe not sound-based move, maybe... No, I'm not really sure at the moment. Maybe something will come up to me in the last bit of this battle. Regardless, leave it in the comment section. I love to hear your suggestions, right? I do think we need... I will say this. I do think we need a defensive version of Assault Vest. So, one that boosts defense instead of the special defense. Maybe Assault Pants. I'm going to copyright that right now. Okay, so my opponent has not yet Dynamaxx. And when you think about it, we both Dynamaxx our Glaceons, which is pretty interesting, right? Now, I was kind of confused. I was like, all right, well, the Glaceon's probably going to go for an Ice-type move on Leafeon. Let's be real here. It's going to take me out with... It could take me out with a Powder Snow. The Glaceon's special attack is very, very high. Then it pops, right? I pop the Weather Ball, which does a lot of damage there. And then, right, Glaceon is going to pop a Weather Ball too, right? Because it used Max Flare, so it would have needed to have the Weather Ball as a move. So it used the Scummy Day against me and took out my Leafeon. So very, very nice touch there. Very similar to my Leafeon. So, you know, it's quite funny that a Grass Pokemon and an Ice-type Pokemon can use a Fire move. That's really, really cool, right? Now, last Poké there is the Eevee. I've got the Focus Sash here, and what I did, I decided to go for the double kick there. Now, I thought I'd go for Double Edge, but I thought Glaceon may outspeed me there. So it's going to drop my speed there with a Max Strike. Go for the Double Kick here. Double Kick does absolutely nothing. Look at that. Now, my last resort here was to go for the Quick Attack, praying that crit it, and it just wasn't enough damage to take out the Glaceon. I mean, I could have gone for Double Edge before, but it probably wouldn't have taken out. Thank you for the battle hunt. I hope you enjoyed the new revamped Eeveelution team. I'll catch you tomorrow, maybe for my birthday special video. Peace out, everyone.